So remember at the end of my last vlog, I mentioned taking you guys along with me as I got my apartment together. So that's what I'm gonna be sharing with you guys in today's video. I'm actually waiting for my interior designer, Naya, to get here. Oh, there she is. Right on time. Doesn't she look so happy? My bad, Naya. I don't mean to cut you off, but before we get into this tour, let's rewind to the beginning of the process. So I knew this time around, a goal for me was to be more intentional and have more direction when it comes to styling my space. And I knew I wanted to hire an interior designer, but I kind of also didn't know where to start. So the first thing I do when I want to learn anything these days is I head on over to Skillshare. And I talk about Skillshare a lot on my channel. And once again, they're partnering with me on today's video. If you're unfamiliar with Skillshare, like, what are you doing with your life? Go get it. But they're an online learning community that offers membership with meaning, with so many classes for you to explore. It really empowers you to accomplish your goals. So the class that I focused on this time around was entitled Styling Your Space, Bringing Creativity to Interior Design by Emily Henderson. And this class was super informative. It was interactive. And the best part about it was I was actually able to do a little quiz that really helped me zero in on my design style. So it turns out that I'm a mixture of contemporary with industrial, with a little bit of minimalism in there as well. So once I figured out my design style, it was really easy for me to create a cohesive inspo board on Pinterest to convey my vision visually to my designer so she knew the direction that I really wanted to go in. So once again, if you're interested in checking out Skillshare, they're currently giving away 2 free months of premium memberships to the first 500 people to click the link in the description box to help you explore your creativity. And after that, it's only around $10 a month. Naya's here! All the great things that she got.
Alright.
So talk me through everything. Cool.
But I fell in love with this rug. So like I said, I'm trying to tie together your neutrals and your golds with like the cooler gray sofa. Start with maybe like a burnt orange flavor.
Okay.
So first I was at West Elm and I found this throw and it had all the colors I wanted to use.
Ooh.
So it had this like burnt red, like cinnamon, and that's kind of, in all of your pictures you have like a romantic feeling.
Right.
But then I also feel like you're kind of modern because this loft is very like New York, like edgy. So I'm like, okay, how do I marry all these? And then I think they must have some black gold magic there right now. Because I thought these were so
Wait, what is this?
cute. Pillows.
Really?
Yes.
So that's what those things you stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh.
These are fillers. Okay, so we have this like cinnamon meets red color with the gold because you're still like young and hip. And then again, like tying in and bringing in the gray, so we're not forgetting that your sofa's gray.
Okay.
We also want to like trend brown as we work our way back.
Okay, this is a gradient effect.
Yes. So we have 3 colors that we're working with right now. Oranges, the grays, and the golds. And then this rug, I have a video of it while it's hanging up because it's huge. It's 9 foot by 12 foot.
And so is that going to be here?
No,
or that's going to be
under your whole sofa, like warm and cozy.
Wow.
And then that's going to slide under the sofa, and then the sofa won't seem so like cool. It'll start to feel like warmer.
Okay. We can't get nothing done with you. He's so spoiled.
All kinds of
I know. His nostrils are having an orgasm.
So IKEA had like kitchen islands. So I was like, maybe she could do like an island here. But then they're already doing the two-tone, and I was like, that's too much. So then if we put your high top, like kind of like this is your dining area, and then I have like this feature wall planned here. So if it's like this sisal and then your cowhide, I think it'll be cute. All right, have you seen those Instagram pictures where they have like a shape and it's like just an organic peanut shape? So imagine we draw a square, right?
Okay.
And on top of the square we put a half circle, but it's just one shape.
Okay.
Okay. So picture that in whatever color we want, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we get these shelves, and they're gonna be on the wall, like balanced, but they're gonna be shape. I'll probably understand better if I sketch it.
table. Here. What do you think about it, 50? God, it's coming together nicely. Enea, I love you so much.
I'm so glad it's coming together.
Look at this coffee table. I'm in love. The curtains up
That was me.
there. There go Gabriel. He's awesome. He's the one that created this. I hired him. The plan for today is just walk us through the living room and I guess the dining area and just explain like the inspiration behind it, just the process briefly. You can give like any tips or whatever. First up, we can start with the entryway, which is right here. And yeah, I already had the bench. What else did I have? I had the pillows.
These pillows, the throws, the basket.
This basket.
This
mirror.
We purchased the hooks.
Yeah.
So honestly, guys, you can really just repurpose what you have and just edit. So Kia's style is very minimal with kind of a soulful twist. So I just tried to stick to a color story. So we used some fun neutrals with a pattern running through it. This piece of art was very important to Kia, so we just found a place that was warm and cozy and something, it's an heirloom, a family heirloom, so we wanted to highlight it without necessarily putting it in a place where she would bump into it. And then creating a space where we can just check out our hair and makeup when we leave, and then she can put maybe like a wristlet here and really remove all of the opportunity for her to create clutter areas.
Wow.
because
I will make clutter.
We had about 50 pairs of shoes here, so. And then worst case scenario, she could always throw things in this little basket if we needed to.
I think like the biggest thing for me is style over function. I think function is like a secondary thing. And so yeah, functionally this is like you sit down, you put your shoes on, but I know me, the type of person that will clutter, will leave shoes here, will leave bags here, and jackets everywhere. So that was just the idea of just like maybe putting when she put the pillows here, I was just like, that's a good idea because I'll never sit on these pillows. That means I'll never put my shoes under there. I'll never get comfortable. I'll never throw things. And it just looks very just warm and inviting and very balanced. And then of course the mirror, you gotta do the mirror check before you leave. Okay, next up, we're just gonna shift straight to the right. The dining area. Initially, I wanted a high top table. I wanted it to be like very like industrial wood, just very lived in, because I knew I would be doing a lot of work at this table. But this is the complete opposite, and Inea really convinced me because we were just having a really, really hard time finding a good, decent tabletop that didn't look cheap, was real wood, was within our budget. And yeah, this is just amazing. It took like the strength of 10
That's a whole
minutes.
story right there. But pro tip, to Kia's point, if you have a specific dollar amount that you want to spend, maybe instead of looking for something new and less expensive that's going to fall apart, look for something that has character, maybe at like a vintage consignment shop. Like these are pure 100% leather chairs, real metal, real marble, and we paid about what we would for something at one of those big box high-end furniture stores. So I love this. I thought it said Kia all over it. It's classic, it's timeless, it's durable, and we hit the jackpot.
And one thing, I'm not sure if Inea did this intentionally, but you guys know I'm all about sustainability. So the fact that this is pre-owned is like a plus, plus, plus. I think a part of the styling process and designing is really taking elements of the client and infusing that into the space. And the fact, once again, like I'm all about sustainability, and like I couldn't have asked for a better table. Like this is actually my first adult dining table ever. And the fact that it is pre-owned, pre-loved, totally here for it. So I had an idea from going through like my Pinterest board. I love the layered rug look with the cowhide on top of another rug, but I wasn't sure what type of rug would look best. And that's when Inea came in. Like I love that she takes things that you like. She doesn't completely try to change your mind about things. She literally makes it work. Or she kind of like, there's always like some type of compromise that goes on, you know?
So like Kia mentioned on her Pinterest board, I did notice a lot of layering and kind of more casual. So since we elevated this look with our chrome finish and our marble, I was completely okay with layering a cowhide underneath of like a grass cloth. And also, if you guys are like, you know yourself, so if you're hosting a party every other weekend and you're gonna have red wine, this might not be the route for you, but Kia mentioned she's completely style first, function next.
I don't know, this is like my favorite area of the apartment just because it just embodies just so many different elements of myself. Only 4 pieces here are new. And I love that she works within the things that you already own. So you don't have to necessarily buy new things. She pretty much buys new things to kind of like accent what you already have. And so I am a collector, a hoarder of things. So I had plenty of things to work with. And I just love how she just made it work. And it's just, I don't know, it's just styled so beautifully. It's so me. It has different elements of who I am. It has my travels. I got this in Ghana. It has my love, like sneakers and sewing and fashion.
Book collection.
Yep.
Stunning. So I'm really big into creating moments. So if it's telling a story, you're doing something right. So Kia might come home from a shoot. She's like so stressed out. She has her wine in one hand. And then we're gonna light a candle and create this vibe over here. And then, you know, she's inspired by Beyonce on the cover of Vogue. So just taking moments that might not exist and just telling a story about the person that lives here. And then books. Kia loves books. She has so many amazing books. But for the spines that necessarily don't fit in your color scheme, don't throw the book away. Just flip it backwards and then you have this very neutral palette that we continue. Or if you don't have any books, books are a great way to decorate on a budget. So you can just go to your local thrift store or Salvation Army. Books cost anywhere from 75 cents to $2. Just throw $20 in that bucket and create a whole styled console.
So I remember when she was asking me about art. I don't know if I was very vague or not. Like I'm still determining like my art style.
Right.
But what really sticks out to me is lines. I really love lines.
Fun.
And then also Amsterdam and Paris are like very important places to me because they were the first European countries that I traveled to. And Paris was like always on my list to travel to as a kid. And I never thought in a million years I would be able to go to Paris. So these just really highlight my journey and my love for travel. And those two places I always try to go to at least once a year. Amsterdam is amazing. It reminds me of Brooklyn. And I just really wanted those in my home because once again it's a reminder that I love to travel, reminder of my journey, where I came from, and just being a dreamer, because that's really what it's all about, just dreaming. And so yeah, it's just very simple. I love the color schemes, and she really pulled out the different colors in the apartment. You'll really see it like come together. It's very warm, but it also has cool moments as well, so it kind of like fuses together perfectly. I'm gonna keep sliding to the left, well, depending on how you're looking, to the left. This right here, oh my God. This is totally Inea, totally. I don't have nothing. The only thing that's me in here is the books, that's it. She came up with this concept. Initially, she wanted it over there where the mirror is.
Compromise.
And I said, absolutely not. The mirror has to stay there. Like, there's no other place for the mirror. It has to go there.
So one of the elements that Kia repeatedly put in her concept board, white walls everywhere. And I was a little scared because we have these 12-foot loft ceilings. So how do I make it warm? How do I add charm without completely interrupting her white palette that I'm sure looks amazing for shoots and everything Kia's involved in? So I said, okay, let's add a little bit of romance. And Kia has maybe one of the best book collection I've seen in someone in our age bracket. It was actually really inspiring. Like, I've seen some of these books, but anyway, reading is great, guys. We should do it. So why not display like what's in her mind and like who the person she wants to be and the people she respects? Add in some color, add in some romance, and then kind of dress up. I know Kia's style is very industrial and lofty, but we have to bring in some feminine without it being too girly. So I said, okay, let's paint an oversized shape on the wall, frame out, create a portal to her bedroom, display all of her books, and then these shelves are just floating shelves from Ikea. So if you have an installer or you're good with your hands DIY, then this is definitely achievable for anyone. And we didn't break the bank. We used a lot of what she already had, and I think it just creates a charming, unique element of character in Kia's 12-foot ceiling loft.
So the couch was like the first piece of furniture that I purchased.
As it should.
And it was the only piece of furniture in here up until Inea came. And the mirror, it was a couch and the mirror. And so like gray is just, when it comes to couches, gray is something I always gravitate towards because it's, you know, I have a dog, so when it comes to hair, when it comes to stains, it doesn't show up that easily. And I know I wanted a really large modular sectional couch because I knew I love to watch TV when I can, and I knew I would be entertaining, you know, people, and I want them to feel comfortable. And you know, some people wear out their welcome. Sam, I love to sleep on the couch. Sam.
Damn.
And so I knew
either. I'm moving in.
Right, and so I really wanted a space to where people could, if they needed to crash on the couch, they could, and they would feel comfortable.
So I love that Kia did a properly scaled sectional for the space because Lord knows I hate dinky anything. So I knew that we needed to compete against this ginormous sofa. So I said, okay, we need an oversized coffee table. So this coffee table is from Restoration Hardware Outlet, and the one I purchased this from is in New Jersey. But we literally got this coffee table for like 1/8 of the price. And what we did was we just lived with this scratch here, and then we're gonna cover it up with some wood glue. Obviously, Kia's into fashion, so I said, okay, let's highlight those books. Kia's into sneakers, let's flip open to, actually Kia had the books flipped open to a page that was important to her, so I said, that's really cool, that could be a conversation piece when people come over, right? And then, again, balance is everything. So not all of the books are the same size, but we have one open here, one closed. One open here, one closed, and then creating balance down the middle. Okay, so for throw pillows, the important thing to remember, there's really no wrong answer. Not everything needs to match. But if you're trying to tie in a palette, then I would just repeat that as often as you can until you feel like you drove your point home. So we have 3 different pillows here, 3 very different pillows here, and then the same pillows I used on these sides, I just mirrored them, and then try to make your pillow sizes kind of scale accordingly. So since this is such a large sofa, I did like a 22 inch, a 20 inch, and then a smaller lumbar here. But if you had just a smaller sofa, these 2 would also be nice. You wouldn't necessarily need a 3rd one. So this sofa is a very cool gray. So I said, okay, let's purchase a creamy rug, but let's bring in some gray stripes into it and a little bit of black. So it's like a nod to the industrial, but not necessarily sterile or anything that 50 can't lounge on.
So these pillows were initially, I got them from Target, initially the pillows that I had on the couch.
Okay.
And she ended up making just a nice little stack right here.
Yeah, so just think about what makes sense. If we have 10 people over and there's no more room on the sofa, someone could easily just come over and hang out.
Right. I remember I had a bookshelf over here. You can actually see the remnants of my handy dandy work. She ended up turning that bookshelf, which are 2 shelves from Ikea, into a what is this called? A sofa table. And then she incorporated more of my books, and I'm addicted to magazines as well, and books, just reading material. I love to read all things, and created this little moment over here. I just love it. And once again, incorporated another faux plant.
So again, a lot of clients will have pieces that aren't horrible, but they're not necessarily knocking on the door of their personal style. So finding a home for this guy, I was like, okay, we really don't have any wall space left. This is about the same height as the back of our sofa. So let's just push it up against the sofa. This is actually 2 different pieces. You can also find these at Ikea, and just style all of Kia's amazing books that she reads, magazines she's collected over the years. Kia makes it really easy to tell a story, so that was fun. And then we have room to grow. I think that's also really important when you're designing, is room to grow. So don't just design for right now, but design for the future too, so you can accommodate that.
I'm definitely gonna get more and more books. The library continues to grow. But yeah, that completes a brief little tour of my living space. So you got the living room area, you got the dining table, and all the little extra moments, the entryway. And so next up, what are we working on next? We have to work on my closet and my bedroom. So those
walk-in closet.
Walk-in closet and my bedroom.
With vanity combo action.
All of that.
And master bedroom.
Master bedroom / office space / filming area. Those are going to be 2 separate projects, 2 separate videos, so definitely stay tuned for that. I will leave all of Inea's information down in the description box if you guys want to hire her, which I highly suggest you do. You can contact her there. She's based out of New York. Do you travel anywhere?
Everywhere.
Okay, so she travels anywhere, so if you got the coins, she's at your door, okay? So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So until next time, peace.
Bye.
Dopeness.